Hello, my dear students of Class 1. Welcome back to our English class with Miss Vu Hekonyo of Mount Sinai Higher Secondary School. Today, we will be starting a new chapter that is The Two Young Hornbills. I repeat, The Two Young Hornbills, okay? That is chapter 6 of our English book. You will find that in page number 15 to page number 17. Clear with that? Page number 15 to page number 17. And in these pages, you will find the story as well as the exercises that you have to do. So please listen to this carefully. We will learn along with pictures because I know that becomes easier for you as well as interesting. So that is why I'm going to show you some pictures. Be prepared for that, as well as not only looking at the pictures, but you also have to learn the names and also learn the story in the meantime. Okay? We see pictures of two hornbills here. Can you see this? These are hornbills, okay? We celebrate festivals in the name of hornbill. You know that the hornbill is celebrated every year from the 1st to 10th of December. So the hornbill festival was in the name of these birds, okay? If you have not seen a hornbill, we hear this name a lot of time, but some of you might not have seen in real life or even in the picture. So these are two hornbills. We are going to discuss about two very young hornbills, okay? They might be young like you. So let's learn more about these hornbills. We are going to learn some new words before getting into the story, because when you learn these new words is easier. Today I've put some pictures along with the new words too, because even if I keep explaining, sometimes you may not understand what they mean. So the first word that we are going to learn here is berry, okay? Small, round, juicy fruit. I repeat, berry, small, round, juicy fruit. So these are pictures of some berries that I've given. Okay, you can also name strawberries. There are so many berries. Okay, I think you know what is a mulberry. When it gets ripe, it turns black or purple. Okay, so those are all berries. Apples, mangoes are fruits. Okay, you have to know that. And berries are different again. They are usually small and round fruit. And so these are two different types of berries. Now you got the meaning of berries. The next one is hunter. Okay, hunter, a person who hunts. So let's repeat, hunter, a person who hunts. You know who is a hunter now, isn't it? Sometimes in villages, you see people going out for hunting. Even if they shoot animals or not, they still want to go out in the jungle with their guns or with kettlebells or so on. And so this is a picture of a hunter. Next, we have flutter. Look at this, flutter, flapping the wings quickly. Repeat, flutter, flapping the wings quickly. Okay, see, we do not have the video here right now, but flapping means we usually see birds and chickens or whatever, those kind of birds flying. Some just fly very swiftly. Some will be flapping their wings around, isn't it? That is called fluttering. So we see pictures of two hornbills that are flying here. We don't see the videos, but they must be fluttering their wings too. And the next word that we are going to learn is trap, a thing used to cage animals and birds. Let's repeat, trap, a thing used to cage animals and birds, okay? This is a kind of trap with net. This is another kind of trap, and you might also have seen this kind of traps that hunters use to trap birds and animals, okay? We are going to learn so many things about this. It's not good to trap animals, but since we are going to learn about this, I'm showing you all these pictures. And the next word we are going to learn is peck. Birds biting with their beak. Repeat, peck. Birds biting with their beak. So, human beings have mouth, but birds have beak. The sharp pointed one in the front is called the beak, okay? So when a bird or a chicken is biting with their beak, that is called pecking. And the next word is ache, pain. The meaning of ache is pain, okay? You say stomach ache, you say headache, isn't it? That means your head is paining. That's what we call it. And the next one is approach. Approach, to come near. Repeat, approach, to come near. So these are the words that we are going to discuss. In the story, I will be using this kind of words. So when I use this, I want you to recollect the picture as well as the meanings that I've told you just now. Like when I say ache, that means you have to understand that it's pain, okay? So I've given only one picture of hornbill here, but we are going to discuss about two young hornbills. I've already told you in the beginning of the class. And these two hornbills are good friends. We need friends. We all want to be with our friends, right? So they are good friends. Not only friends, but very good friends. I'm sure you like your good friends. So when you have a friend, you want to go to school together, you want to go out together, you want to play together, and you even want to have food together at your place or maybe your friend's place. Your friend's parents will invite you and you become excited and happy to join them, okay? So these two young hornbills are very good friends. They would go and eat berries from trees. I repeat, they would go and eat red berries from trees. Here we see some berries again, right? So for the birds, for the hornbill, they will not be going to school like you. They will not be going for other picnics like you, but they have their own type of fun and joy and enjoyment, okay? So what they enjoy doing is to eat red berries from the trees, from big, big trees. Berries can grow in creepers, vines, and also trees, okay? It's not that every berry should grow on a tree. Sometimes you know that strawberry is a plant which is not a tree, right? It's a creeper. And so likewise, berries can be of different types. Some can grow as creepers, some can grow as shrubs, some can even grow as big trees. But these two hornbills are eating berries from big trees, okay? One day, when they were on the tree eating the berries, and when it's the season for berries to get ripe, okay, birds usually go there, and it becomes the target for the hunters. I repeat, even in villages you will see now hunting is banned. We all know that, and I'm warning you ahead of time, okay? Since we're discussing the story, you should not go and start trapping animals because we cannot be cruel to animals. They also have feelings like us. They also feel the pain like us. How would you feel if one of your siblings means brothers or sisters of the same family, okay? If one of your siblings got trapped from an animal trap, how will you feel? You feel hurt, you feel pain, you feel worried, isn't it? You should not do this. But the hunter was a man who really want to catch this hornbill bird, okay? He might be wanting to eat because we know that we can even eat the meat of birds, or he might want to have the feathers. You know what is a feather, isn't it? He might want to have the feather, especially for our people. We use the hornbill to decorate or adorn ourselves to make ourselves look beautiful, isn't it? That's why he might be wanting to trap the hornbill for various reasons, which we do not know because it's not even written in the book. But the hunter saw them. He might be talking to himself and saying that this is a good opportunity for him to get the hornbill. Because hornbills are not common birds. They are not found everywhere. We have very few hornbills even in Nagaland, okay? We have very few hornbills. Why? Because they are always hunted by people for their feathers, if not for their meat. Okay, their feathers can be sold at very high price. People are killing them. Now it's our duty to protect these birds because they're almost reaching extinction. Extinction means getting lost. We still have some hornbill birds, so it is our duty to protect them instead of just killing them and trapping them every time, okay? So the hunter thought of something to trap the bird. He might also have shared about this to his friends or to his family member. So he put a trap on the tree. I told you, traps can be of different types, isn't it? There can be different types of traps. So the hunter put a trap on the tree where the two hornbills usually sit to eat the berries. And he knew very well that the two hornbills will come back because there are so many berries on the tree. Hunters know this very well. They know where to find which bird. Surprising, isn't it? For us, we do not know much about it, but hunters know exactly where and what type of animals can be found. If they see a tree bearing fruits, so they will know what type of animals will come there. If they see a tree that is flowering, not even fruits, okay? But if they see a tree flowering, they will get to know what type of bird would be available there, okay? So he placed a trap on the tree in order to trap the two hornbills. But they are not aware. Just think, if you're just going out happily enjoying with your friend, but someone is trying to do something bad to you, how would you feel? It's a pitiful thing for the two hornbills, isn't it? But the two hornbills were not aware. I'm telling you, they were not aware of what has been done to the tree. They just came as usual, happily excited. Why did they come? I want you to give a guess. Of course, they came to eat berries. Look at this. The next morning, the hornbills came to eat berries. They want to eat the berries. They survive on berries. Human beings survive on food like rice, vegetables, rotis, and so on. But birds survive on berries and fruits. They don't eat the flesh. Of course, there are some birds or some creatures that feed on other creatures, but the hornbills are just fruit-eating birds. So it is their food, they will surely come and eat because they cannot stay without eating food. If you stay without food for a day, you will want to cry, isn't it? You will feel hungry, you will even feel sick. But the two hornbills came to eat the berries, and before they could eat the berries, they got trapped. Just think, when you are going out with your friend to enjoy, to have a picnic, but before you start eating or you start enjoying, something wrong happens to one of your friend. What will you do? Or if a car got accident on the way, you will feel very worried. It will be a painful thing for you, isn't it? They tried to flutter their wings. What did I say about flutter? Flutter means moving off the wings, isn't it? Moving off the wings so that they would be able to fly out. They got trapped. They were just trying. If it was you or me, what would you do? We would try to move out of that. If someone traps you in a net, imagine. I'm sure you will wriggle yourself. You will try to come out of that. Or you would even try to pinch it, break it with your nails, as we have nails. But for the hornbills, they're just strapped so tightly that they cannot come out of it. They were just trying to flutter their wings because that way they will be able to come out. But the hunter must be an expert hunter that the trap was strong enough to hold the two hornbills. And then they started pecking with their beak. I told you what is a beak, isn't it? B-E-A-K. There's one spelling mistake here, but B-E-A-K is the mouth of a bird. And we know that hornbills have very big beak, isn't it? And so they were trying to peck with their beak, but they couldn't. And how strong would their beaks be? Imagine. I'm sure the nets or the trap would be made of plastics, which are strong enough because even hunters want to trap. They don't want the trap birds to fly away again. So the two hornbills were just trying to peck with their beak, but they couldn't do anything. They must be very worried. They're still young. They were still young. They might be wanting to go back to their parents, isn't it? We all want to stay with our parents. Even though you enjoy spending your time with your friends, in the evening, at night you have to go back, or when you go to somebody's place, you start missing your parents and your family. Even though you enjoy the whole day during the day, night comes and you think about your mother, you think about your father, and you start missing your bed. You may want to cry. These are the things that happens to us. And so they were trying hard because if they were caught by the hunter, they know very well that they will not be set free again. They will have to die. Imagine someone trapping you. You don't want to die, but they are just trying to kill you. They knew what exactly would happen. We have been hearing of kidnappers, isn't it? Of course, none of us has been kidnapped by a kidnapper. But when you are at home and you think about kidnappers, what do you feel? If any kidnappers come when you're not with your parents, what will you do? And your parents will always keep telling you not to allow strangers into your house when elders are not at home. You also have to keep this in your mind. For human beings, hunters will not come and catch you, okay? Hunters will never come and catch you because hunters would go to the jungle. They would try to trap animals. They would try to go and trap some birds. But for human beings, we have to be careful when you are alone at home. You are in class 1. And so you may think that you can stay alone at home. But sometimes when strangers come and you just allow them to come, who knows? They might be some bad persons, like the hunter in the story, okay? And the 2 hornbills were getting tired. Their beaks were aching. We discussed about ache. What is the meaning of ache? Yes, pain, isn't it? The meaning of ache is pain. And so their beaks were aching. It's paining now. Their beak is paining. They're just trying to peck on the net for so long. Their beaks are aching. And so what do they do now? You might be feeling scared. If the hunter comes and catch them, I'm also feeling scared about that right now. Let's see what happens to them next. Finally, as the hunter must be expecting the 2 hornbills to be trapped in his trap. And as he expected, they were already trapped. We know that. They were trying hard enough to come out of the trap by fluttering their wings, by pecking on the trap with their beaks, but they could not. Their beaks are aching. It's already paining. If you just try to pull with your finger, maybe your fingers will also come out. Your nails will also come out. But the 2 hornbills kept trying. Finally, they were tired. They might be taking rest for some time. But when they saw the hunter approaching them, imagine, they saw the hunter approaching them. So what do? They started pecking harder. This is what we should do. Sometimes you may think that you're not learning your lessons. Exams are approaching. What do? You have to start studying harder. You should not leave. Okay, you should be strong like the 2 young hornbills. They were also young like you. And so also you can also do the same thing. Your parents might be getting old. Your grandparents are getting old. They will not be strong. But for you, you are very strong. Strong boys and girls, isn't it? You will be 6 years, 7 years. So 6 and 7 years will be very strong. So you have to start working hard. Even if you're feeling tired and lazy, okay? If you're feeling tired and lazy to study, what do? You may think that I'll study by tomorrow, or exams are not around. I will just leave my studies for today. If that is the case, you will be trapped by your hunter. That is your failure. But if you start working harder, okay, the 2 hornbills did not stop. They know that if they don't work hard, the hunter will just trap them and take them away, kill them, take their feathers and sell or whatever. But they started pecking harder and harder, and so finally they escaped before the hunter approached the tree. I repeat, they escaped before the hunter approached the tree. So that is what we all can do, isn't it? We can all do. Even if we think that you are tired, you are getting almost sick, but a time will come when you will have to work harder. And if you don't work there, if the 2 hornbills did not start pecking harder with their beak, what do? They would be caught by the hunter. But they did not give up like that. We should learn a lesson from these 2 young hornbills. They started pecking harder, and finally, before the hunter approached, they were able to free themselves out and go out of what? Of the trap. Yes, they were able to go out of the trap because they worked harder. We can all get out of the trap. You might be thinking that you are not learning much this year, or maybe last year you did not learn well, so class 1 is becoming difficult for you. If you are in that situation, I want to tell you, okay, you can be like the 2 young hornbills. You can take the help of your parents. You can take the help of your teachers. You can even take the help of your sisters, aunties, and uncles, whoever can help you. That way, you will be able to come out of the situation, of the difficulties, like the 2 hornbills in the trap. They were in the trap, their beaks were aching, they wanted to give up, but when they saw the hunter, they were wise enough to start working harder, which helped them to get out of the trap, or else they would be in failure, okay? So, from this story, we learned that hard work and unity leads to success. I repeat, hard work and unity lead to success. You know what is success, isn't it? Passing in your exam can also be called as success. And so these 2 hornbills work together. If one of them is tired and lazy and stops working, they might not be able to get out of the trap on time. But both of them started working together, unitedly. You know what is unity, isn't it? Working together. If the whole class say that you will study something, but one of you is not doing the work, and because of that one student, the teacher might get angry and start scolding you, that means the class is not united. But when you come together and work hard, that is where you will succeed. So from the lesson of the two young hornbills, I want you to realize again that hard work will always lead to success. So you have to work hard in everything that you get. It's not only about the studies. You have to work hard and help your parents. There are so many things that you can do, okay? So I want you to read the lesson again if you don't understand, and also watch the videos again and again, which will help you. Thank you so much for listening to me, class. We are going to end our class here for today.